everyone, my name is Monica. Why am I pointing? Okay. Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on my very first video on my new channel. My name is Monica and welcome. I wanted to talk about an aspect of the law of attraction that I've recently experienced firsthand, that I heard in theory and kind of understood but didn't really understand until now, and that is that the law of attraction, the way it works is that you don't attract exactly what you want, but more so of what you are, and what you are is a vibration. Everything in this universe is a vibration. I'm a vibration, my phone is a vibration, my dog Tammy here in the back is a vibration, my bed, my pillow, everything is. So if you're on a low vibration, you'll attract things that'll kind of keep you on a low vibration, which lower vibrational emotions are emotions such as guilt or shame or depression, sadness, anger. You're bound to attract more situations, things, people in your life that are gonna make you feel that same way, because that's what you're attracting on that vibration. If you're on a high vibration, so say you have emotions such as joy, happiness, then you're going to attract more people and more situations and things that are going to come into your life that'll make you feel more of a high vibration to match where you're at. And today is Tuesday, April 30th. I have just recently quit my job on Friday. But anyways, I was only there for about 7 months, and to give you a little bit of background, basically, I just was very, very unhappy. I think the organization as a whole was great, but I was very unhappy in my position, with the work I had and with the boss that I had. So I don't really want to go into too much detail about, I'm not going to say where I worked or what I did exactly. Basically, my mental health was at stake. I was having terrible anxiety daily. I was crying often. I was having panic attacks sometimes at work. I would be dreading going to work as I was driving. I would sometimes cry in the bathroom. I would cry on my lunch break. I would cry when I got home. And I just could not do it anymore. And I had applied for another position and I didn't end up getting that one, and I didn't really feel like there was no other really available positions and really nowhere else for me to go. So I made the decision to quit. I didn't put in my 2 weeks. I usually always do, but this was just a unique situation where it was like I couldn't take one more day. So I just quit. And basically after I quit, I came up with a plan to do 30 days of just self-care to heal. I mean, there were points where I felt like I was going crazy. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! So I can kind of laugh about it now. I know it's not really funny, but that's just kind of my sense of humor. So the workload that I had was very, very heavy. I had so much work to do. It really, really wasn't feasible for one person. I was an assistant to someone, and our department was just busier than everyone else's department, and everybody knew that. And when I would talk to people, they'd be like, oh yeah, it's crazy where you are, and oh man, you gotta have patience, and you got a lot going on. So I really got the sense that other people weren't as busy or as stressed as I was, and my position, the role that I held, had a very high turnover. I found out later. And I found out from my coworkers that they had discouraged other people who worked internally from applying for my position because of the track record it had with my boss and with how busy and stressful it was. I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I don't necessarily have to work. My husband does have a high enough salary that he can take care of both of us. I've been in this position actually once before, 7 months ago, before I started this job, when we lived in Oregon. Now we live in Colorado. And I didn't do so well not working. I felt like a lot of my value was attached to my job, and I fell into a really bad depression. So this time around, I'm determined to make it different. I am going to be looking for another job. Where we live now, there's a lot more job opportunities, and I will find something. But right now, I'm just going to take care of myself. And the thing that I really wanted to figure out while I'm on this kind of like hiatus from working is, why do I keep attracting the same work situations? Why do I keep attracting the same jobs and the same bosses that I just feel so stressed with, or I feel just very, very unhappy in? And fortunately, I figured it out. I figured it out yesterday, what the problem is, and it dawned in my head. Law of attraction. I'm a law of attraction junkie. I read a lot of books about it. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I would like to be a law of attraction coach one day. But anyways, so I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Aaron Doughty. I watch a lot of his videos. I think he said, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And I figured this out because I was cleaning yesterday. Like, when I'm not working, I try to manage my time by making a list for the day of what I want to get done. And I was just feeling anxiety still, like, I'm not getting enough done. What's wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? And I'm just like, my mind's like racing, going just crazy. And I had a thought, and I was like, wait, oh my goodness. I attracted my boss. I am basically my boss. We are basically a reflection of each other. My old boss, I guess I should say. Because she was stressed and worried all the time. She was a perfectionist. Nothing could ever be good enough, it seemed like, in her eyes. I could do 1,000 things right and achieve huge goals, but if I did one little thing wrong, made one little mistake, then it was like this huge ordeal. And so all the 1,000 things I did right, my accomplishments just washed away because of that one little mistake that I made. And I realized that I attracted that situation because I think of all of those. My boss is like an external reflection of my internal self. So everything that she kind of externalized and said out loud are things that I basically feel and think almost all day, every day. And I thought I was okay because I wasn't saying it. Oh, and I forgot to mention the most ironic part. So let me just say that I believe in signs. I heavily believe in signs, and I do believe everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will be. And I believe everything that happens to us, whether we perceive it as good or like a good or a bad experience, it always is a lesson. It's always teaching us a lesson about ourselves, about other people, about the world, what have you. And I didn't understand. I couldn't understand why I attracted this job because my boss had the same name as me. So my name was Monica, her name was Monica, and I almost never meet anyone named Monica. And then on top of that, the assistant before me has the same middle name, or her first name is my middle name. It's spelled exactly the same. And my trainer, the person I would go to for help or for questions, her first name is almost identical to my last name. So it's like the universe was giving me signs because it's like, this person has your first name, this person has your middle name, this person has your last name. You need to be here. And so I'm like all excited thinking, oh, this is going to work out. This is going to be great. And then when it wasn't working out, I couldn't understand, like, why is this happening to me? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? I was going through all that. But I kept also knowing deep down, I was like, I know there's something I'm supposed to learn here. There's a lesson here. What do I need to learn so that I can attract something better in the future? And when I figured out that I attracted my boss, who was exactly like, had a lot of the negative aspects and emotions that I don't like about myself, that I saw them in her. I attracted someone who was just like me, but like an outer reflection of the inner me. And that just blew my mind. And I just had to laugh. I was just laughing so hard when I finally figured it out. I was like, the universe couldn't have made it more obvious, giving her, having me work for someone who has the same first name as me. So yeah. My old boss and I both had a lot of work, and everything, of course, had to be prioritized according to what was most urgent or time sensitive. And every day she would be like, oh my gosh, I have to get this work done. And it would be like a month later and she still hasn't done it. So she would like procrastinate and not end up doing the things that she really needed to do. And I am just like that. I beat myself up all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing it good enough. I'm not doing it fast enough. I compliment other people, but I'm hard on myself, like really, really hard on myself. And she was a micromanager. So like I know I did my job very, very well. I didn't need any supervision. I knew what I needed to get done, and I would do it. If I had questions, I would ask, but she would still just be breathing down my neck constantly, calling my name, Monica this, Monica that, did you do this, did you do that, blah, 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 blah. Like I couldn't even concentrate because like I had my office and then her office was attached to mine, so she'd have to keep walking back and forth to go to her office through mine, and I just like just couldn't take it anymore. And now that I'm not working there or for her anymore, I'm seeing how she treated me is the way that I treat myself internally, how I think, how I feel. And that's why I attracted it, because in law of attraction, like attracts like. And that was a very like situation. And I've had jobs in the past, especially my previous job that I was at for 4 years, where I felt very similar to the situation. And I'm like, okay, something's got to give. I can't keep being in this situation because I'm just going to keep quitting jobs, and I want to be somewhere long term. So anyways, hopefully this video will help someone out there kind of maybe give them a little direction as to why maybe they're attracting the same people, the same circumstances, situations, ending up in the same places, and when they're trying to attract something else in their life that's different, but it's not going according to plan. So if you're in a work situation, if you're in a relationship, if you're in a friendship that makes you feel a certain way, just try it and stop and maybe meditate or take a walk and think about those feelings that you're feeling, those negative emotions, and think about maybe how that person or job or situation might be a reflection of what you feel like internally, and that will give you a good indication of where your vibration is. And then from there on, you can there's lots of different things you can do to raise your vibration. The biggest things I would say is definitely just self-care, which comes with self-love practices, taking time for yourself, doing something fun, doing something that you're passionate about, a hobby, such as if you play an instrument, if you like to paint, if you like to listen to music. Just find something that gives you a moment of bliss. And just like, I believe life isn't supposed to be so serious and hard and heavy all the time. I think we came here on this planet to have fun, to have great experiences, to feel good. That's not going to happen 100% of the time, but I believe we should do the best we can to feel good. And a big part of that is just being easy on ourselves, being easier, not being so hard on ourselves, giving ourselves more credit, and really believing in ourselves and going after our dreams, whatever they may be. Alright, so I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!